The Moscow Military District was a military district of the Soviet Armed Forces and the Armed Forces of the Russian Federation. In 2010 it was merged with the Leningrad Military District, the Northern Fleet and the Baltic Fleet to form the new Western Military District. History. In the beginning of the second half of the 19th century, Russian officials realized the need for reorganization of the Imperial Russian Army to meet new circumstances. During May 1862, the War Ministry, headed by Army General Dmitry Milutin, introduced Tsar Alexander II of Russia proposals for the reorganization of the army, which included the formation of 15 military districts. His Tsarist edict of 6 August 1864, announced in a defense minister's order on 10 August of the same year, established 10 military districts, including Moscow. The district's territory then comprised 12 provinces: Vladimir, Vologda, Kaluga, Kostroma, Moscow, Nizhny Novgorod, Ryazan, Smolensk, Tambov, Tver, Tula, and Yaroslavl. The district was intended as a reinforcement source for troops and equipment, being some distance from the frontier, rather than an operational area. The district dispatched 5 infantry and a cavalry division south to the Russo-Turkish War of 1877–8, as well as sending another division to the Caucasus area. This force totaled around 30,000 men and 20,000 horses. Over 80,000 men were also called into reserve units. The district also housed 21,000 Turkish prisoners of war. During the First World War, over 1 million men were stationed in the district. Much of the garrison was involved in the October Revolution of 1917, and consequent establishment of a Soviet regime in the cities of Bryansk, Vladimir, Voronezh, Kaluga, Nizhny Novgorod, Oral, Tver, Yaroslavl. By a resolution of the Moscow Military Revolutionary Committee on 17 November 1917, Corps Commander Nor. I. Muralyov was assigned as the new commander of the district. In the period of the Russian Civil War and military intervention in Russia 1917–22, the district prepared military personnel for all the fronts and supplied the Red Army with different forms of armament and allowances. From June to the middle of September 1919, the district conducted 33 call-ups totaling more than 500,000 people. In Moscow, the 1 Moscow Rifle Division, Warsaw Revolutionary Infantry Regiment, and 2nd Revolutionary Infantry Regiment were formed, and Latvian forces were brought to the Latvian Rifles Division. In Voronezh, 2 cavalry divisions were formed, 2 rifle divisions and 2 rifle regiments in Nizhny Novgorod, and the 16th Rifle Division in Tambov. Artillery units too were also being raised in the capital area. After the end of civil war the troops of region were demobilized, as a result of which the number was reduced from 580,000 to 85,000 in January 1923, and the district was reorganized on a peacetime basis. In the 1920s the district had 10 rifle divisions: the 1st Moscow Proletariat Red Banner Rifle Division, the 6th Lovskaya, the 14th Vladimirskaya, the 17th Nikogrodskaya, the 18th Yaroslavskaya, the 19th Voronezhskaya, the 48th Tverskaya, the 55th Kurskaya, the 81st Kalukskaya, and the 84th Tulskaya Rifles. Autumn maneuvers began to be conducted yearly here in the district. The 2nd Rifle Corps was stationed in the district from 1922 to 1936. In the beginning of the 1930s, tanks started to be introduced, including the MS T-18, T-26, T-27, BT, T-28, and the heavy T-35. In 1930, the 1st Mechanized Infantry Brigade in the Soviet Army was formed in the district. The Russian Ground Forces official site notes that the first tactical parachute landing took place in the district on 2 August 1930. In World War II, the district formed 3 fronts, 23 armies, 128 divisions of all arms, and 197 brigades of all arms, an approximate total of 4.5 million men. In 1944–5 alone, the district sent to the front 1,200,000 soldiers, from summer 1945 to summer 1946, in order to supervise the demobilization process. The district was subdivided into 4, the Moscow, Voronezh, Gorky, and Smolensk military districts. General Kirill Moskalenko took command of the district in 1953 and would later be a Marshal of the Soviet Union after leaving his post. The Voronezh military district was reactivated in 1949 and was active until 1960. In 1955, the district's forces comprised the 1st Guards Rifle Corps, the 13th Guards Rifle Corps, the 3rd Guards Rifle Division, the 15th, the 31st Guards, the 38th Guards Rifle Divisions, the 4th Guards Kantemirovskaya Tank Division, the 23rd Guards, 65th, and 66th Guards Mechanized Divisions, the 71st Mechanized Division, and the 38th Guards Airborne Corps. On the 22nd of February 1968, for the large contribution to the cause of strengthening the defense of the state, for its successes in combat and political training, and in view of the 50th anniversary of the Soviet Army plus its important role in the Second World War, the district was awarded with the Order of Lenin. In 1979, Scott & Scott reported the HQ address as being Moscow, A252, Chapayevsky Per, Dom 14. The district's dispositions at the end of the 1980s were 13th Guards Army Corps, Gorky. In 1990, this corps was under the command of General Fyodor Reut. 60th Tank Division, the Zhezhin's 206th Motor Rifle Division, Tambov, District Troops 2nd Guards, Tamin, Motor Rifle Division, Kalinets 4th Guards, Kantemirovskaya Tank Division, Narofominsk, 26th Guards Tank Training Division, Vladimir 32nd Guards Motor Rifle Division, Glina 106th Guards Airborne Division, Tula. Also listed by Soldat, RU of the 196th Motor Rifle Division, Kursk, the 225th Motor Rifle Division at Malino, the 228th Rear Defense Division in Moscow itself, 267th Spare Motor Rifle Division. Commanders: Commandarm of Gustai Kork, Comcorps Boris S. Gorbachev, 1st Rank Commander Arm Ivan P. Belov, Marshal of the Soviet Union Semen Budjony, General of the Army Ivan Tylenev, Colonel General Pavel A. Artemyev, Marshal of the Soviet Union Kirill Meretskov, Marshal of the Soviet Union Kirill Moskalenko, Marshal of the Soviet Union Nikolai Ivanovich Krylov, General of the Army Afanasy Beloborodov, Colonel General Evgeny F. Ivanovsky, General of the Army Vladimir Leonidovich Govorov, General of the Army Petr Georgievich Lushev, Colonel General Vladimir M. Arkhipov, General of the Army Konstantin A. Kochetov, Colonel General Nikolai V. Glinin, Lieutenant General Vladimir Toporov, Colonel General Leonid Vasilievich Kuznetsov, Colonel General Ivan Epuzanov, Colonel General Nikolai Makarov, General of the Army Ivan P. Efremov, General of the Army Vladimir Ubakin, Colonel General Valery V. Gerasimov, 1990s-2010s. With the collapse of the USSR, the district became for the first time in its history a boundary district, and thus a new priority was put on building up combat forces within it, rather than the training and capital garrison focus of the Soviet period. In the early 1990s, the district received the headquarters of the 1st Guards Tank Army from the group of Soviet forces in Germany. It was relocated to Smolensk, and consisted of the 4th Guards Tank Division and 144th Guards Motor Rifle Division. However, the Army's headquarters disbanded later in the 1990s, along with the 144th Guards MRD. In addition, the 6th Guards Motor Rifle Brigade was withdrawn from Germany and restationed at Kursk. The 22nd Army headquarters was reformed from 13th Army Corps in the early 1990s to control the new 3rd Motor Rifle Division, among other formations. The 22nd Army had previously been inactive for a long period. It was last operational immediately after the war, when its HQ along with the 109th Rifle Division arrived in the South Ukraine in May 1945. In the northern summer of 1945, together with the headquarters of the separate Coastal Army, located in the Crimea, it was reorganized as the new but short-lived Tavria Military District. After several years as a direct reporting formation, the operational group of Russian forces in Moldova was realigned under the command of the Moscow Military District in 1998. Previously, the 14th Guards Army forces and individuals from this command played a major part in the early 1990s in establishing and maintaining the Transdniestr separatists of the Transnistria as a viable de facto state. Order of Battle C. The district had around 75,000 troops assigned and consisted of the following formations. The entire ground forces began to go through a major reorganization, which apparently began in March 2009, in which armies are becoming operational commands and divisions are being redesignated brigades. Kremlin Presidential Regiment, 2nd Tamanskaya Guards Motor Rifle Division, 34th Guards Artillery Division, Malino, 27th Guards Sevastopol Motor Rifle Brigade, Teplistan, 112th Rocket Brigade, 20th Guards Army, 24th Guards Kantemirovskaya Tank Division, 10th Guards Uralskovovskaya Tank Division, 397th MRL Regiment, 448th Rocket Brigade, 4,944th Base for Storage of Weapons and Equipment. Other units, 22nd Army, 22, Nizhny Novgorod 3rd Vyslenskaya Motor Rifle Division, Malino, 5th Anti-Aircraft Rocket Brigade, 50th Rocket Brigade, 211th Artillery Brigade, 918th Multiple Rocket Launcher Regiment, Base for Storage of Weapons and Equipment. Other units, operational group of Russian forces in Moldova, separate battalions, formerly from the 8th Guards Mr. Brigade, 16th Spetsnaz Brigade, 467th Guards District Training Center, 16th Air Army. Other formations and units. In addition to normal units, the district was home at least until 2001 to the 11th Separate Cavalry Regiment, a unit used for producing war films. The unit was based at Kobyukovo. Subordinate units, Order of Lenin Moscow Military District 2010, Combat Formations, 4th Guards Independent Tank Brigade, Kantemir in Naro-Fominsk, 5th Guards Independent Motor Rifle Brigade, Tamin in Kalinanek, equipped with BTR, 6th Independent Tank Brigade, Chentokovskaya in Malino, 9th Guards Independent Motor Rifle Brigade in Nizhny Novgorod, equipped with BTR. BMP, 16th Independent Spetsnaz Brigade in 27th Guards Sevastopol Motor Rifle Brigade in Vidnoye, equipped with BMP Operational Group of Russian Forces, 99th Reserve Base in TVER, 262nd Reserve Base in Bogucha, 467th Guards District Training Center in Kovrov. Missile and Artillery Formations, 45th Heavy Artillery Brigade SVIR in Tambov, 79th Guards MLRS Brigade in TVER, 112th Guards Missile Brigade in Shulia, 288th Artillery Brigade Warsaw Brandenburg in Malino, 448th Missile Brigade in Dernovo, 7015th Artillery Reserve Base in Malino. Air Defense Formations, 53rd Air Defense Missile Brigade in Kursk, equipped with the Buk missile system, 886th Air Defense Command Center. Radar Formations, 70th Independent Radio Technical Brigade in Naro-Fominsk, 51st Independent Radio Technical Battalion in Dmitrievsky. Engineering Formations, 7th Independent Engineer Regiment in Belov, 841st Independent Engineer Battalion. NBC Defense Formations, 27th Independent NBC Defense Brigade in Kursk, 465th Independent NBC Defense Battalion in Kinishma. Signal Formations, 1st Signal Brigade Sevastopol in Selyatino, 16th Independent Electronic Warfare Brigade, 119th Signal Brigade in Selyatino, 147th Independent Signal Battalion. Formations of the Airborne Forces, including the 98th Guards Airborne Division and 106th Guards Airborne Division, Tula, also are based within the district's boundaries, but report directly to VDV headquarters. Army General Vladimir Bacon was the former Chief of Staff, 1st Deputy Commander-in-Chief of Forces of the Volga-Ural Military District.